What's going on YouTube? It's Cody. Hey, we're back here with another kind of day in the life video. Today is Tuesday. Monday I couldn't really film much because we were just absolutely slammed, and Monday it seems like it's kind of like when all the chaos comes in after the weekend. But anyways, I'm in the service truck right now. I'm headed out to a service call. I believe I have 4 jobs to do at one location, which is great because I can just kind of sit at one place, get plugged in, and knock out a bunch of jobs. There are a couple different customers at this location. The guys are busy at it in the shop. We have 0 shop space right now, which is absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Definitely grateful for it. But we're kind of getting to a point where, we're running out of room and then just running out of capacity to do these jobs that are coming in. But that's part of the struggle, of owning a business. That's the next step that I gotta figure out what we're gonna do exactly. So, I got a lot of feedback on the last video that I did about kind of what you guys want to see as far as the technical side and like the jobs we're doing in the shop. So I am currently working on getting our the business YouTube channel back up and going, which will be just the McCauley's Truck Center YouTube channel. I thought it was up and going, but it ended up getting shut down because the marketing company that we use, I don't know if it saw like a different login or something, but I just got to basically create the YouTube channel, and then we'll start posting a lot more like shop content on that. I don't really want this channel to become that, because this is more of a day in the life and entrepreneurship, kind of just that type of content on what I deal with. Also, I have been asked quite a bit about like the process of buying a business. And for those of you guys that are new and don't know, we bought the business a little over 3 years ago now, and we did it with no big investors, don't have rich parents. Spoiler, we didn't have a lot of money. We utilized an SBA 7A loan from a local bank. So there's a lot of people out there that didn't even know that you could buy a business, and it's actually a lot more feasible than one might think. Now, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It was a lot harder than, sorry, this person just kind of stopped right out in the middle of the intersection, at a 4-way. If you're going to go that far, you might as well just keep going across the road. Anyways, like, I don't want to sugarcoat like buying a business and say, oh yeah, it's super easy, anyone can do it. It was not. However, it is attainable for just an average person like me. I am actually working on a probably like a 10-page PDF that goes in depth about finding a service business, buying it, and I will have that for sale. I do want to monetize it, not to get rich by any means, but to, just get back some of the time and effort that I have put into it. I mean, it's not going to be crazy priced or anything, but I think it's a PDF, and it's a guide that will hopefully help someone out if they're kind of in that position of like, oh, maybe I want to buy a service-based business. I think service-based businesses are the best opportunity to buy right now, because there's a lot of boomers who own these very successful businesses, and when it comes time for them to retire, they either have to pass it on to someone internal, they gotta pass it on to a maybe one of their children if they so want to take on the business, or if they're maybe working at the business, or they'll pass it on to an employee, or they'll try to sell it, or they don't know that any of those options exist, and one day they just close doors and go enjoy retirement. So if you can find these business owners with these amazing businesses, and you can potentially talk to them and express interest in taking over their legacy, there's a really large opportunity here. I think the next business that we buy, I'm going to do it a little bit differently, and I will only do a seller finance deal. Although dealing with the SBA, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like, we had to have it. We didn't have the money to buy the business outright. Seller financing wasn't really an option for the owner that we bought the truck repair shop from. So we had to have an SBA loan. That was kind of our option. But I think the next business that we buy, I'm really going to push hard to find one that the owner is willing to carry the note on it. And that's for a couple reasons. One, it makes them have some skin in the game. And, it can kind of reassure to you that you're buying a good business. If the owner of that business is confident enough that, hey, I can do a seller note, this person can just pay me, he's definitely going to make enough money, with this business to pay the loan off. That's the next deal that I'm actively looking for. And in my PDF, I'm going to share like the kind of tips and tricks that I use to, to find those deals. So yeah, anyways, we are about to the customer location of where the road calls are. So I'll kind of pick back up with you guys when I'm doing a job and I think it's something worth showing. So thank you. Okay, what's going on, guys? We just went to the parts house to get some parts. The facility that I'm at doesn't really like me filming too much. It's a fully locked, like, high clearance facility. So I figured I could just give you a rundown on what I found. Some fairly simple jobs. One of the pieces of equipment that they use there, the yellow, the yellow push-pull knob for the air brakes broke off. So got a new knob, a new roll pin. We'll get that one all done, and then that one should be buttoned up. And then one of the tractors that I was there looking at, it had a broken pintle hitch. The portion of the pintle hitch that you pull up, that's spring loaded to release the pintle to get it to come up, was broken. So got a new pintle hitch, gonna put that on. And then the other truck was also something simple, just needed a jump start and get the batteries charged back up. And then the last truck was a little bit more of a complicated issue. It's not something that we work on all the time. It was a medium duty GMC gas pickup that was having starting issues, and everything kind of pointed to a starter. We had power to the solenoid. We could hear the solenoid click. We could hear the starter try to engage, but it wasn't spinning. Well, this particular year of Chevy has a bus bar that it goes across the passenger battery. This unit only had one battery. It looked like you could option it with two, but maybe since it's gas, they only did one. One of the legs of the bus bar went bad, and it happened to be the leg that supplied the power wire to the starter. So it was weird because you could move that wire around at the starter and you could get voltage on it, but I think it was just intermittently making contact as we were moving the wire around. But then eventually we got it to completely stop, and we found that there was no power coming out of that bus bar. So ordered one of those new bus bars from OEM Chevy dealership, and gonna get that replaced and then make sure it starts, obviously. And then that will be all the repairs down there at this facility for today. So yeah, sorry I couldn't really show you guys a whole lot. Just want to respect the customer and, not go against any of their rules of walking around with a camera while I'm out on their lot. So we have really, really good trust with this particular customer. And they do trust us to go in, do our job, and, not do anything else. So that's part of the business. But maybe when I'm on the next road call and I'm just out and about, I can do a little more filming. So Alrighty, we'll catch up with you when I'm done with all these. So I wanted to point out something that I just got done doing. This Dodge right in front of us was just at our shop. New customer, first time his rigs came here, and he came and got it before I was able to test drive it the morning of. It just got busy, and we didn't top off the tranny fluid. Oh, this gate's locked. Hold on, I'm gonna have to turn this big old service truck around here so I can go back out of this place. Man, okay, my arm is definitely not in vlogging shape. I kind of lost my train of thought. The owner of that company just came out and was wondering if I was lost. And anyways, what I was doing, so we had that white Dodge at our shop. This has been probably 2 weeks ago, and we were just doing a basic service on it, transmission service. And I think one of my guys might have put their elbow down in the seat and got kind of like a grease stain on these seat covers that he had on there. So no questions asked, no arguments. Don't know if the stain was on the seat prior to it coming. Have no idea, but it probably was one of our guys. One of our policies is we really do try to keep cleanliness on any truck that we're working on. So if our coveralls are dirty, I tell the guys, drop them down, get in the truck, move it. Hands, greasy hands, like that's a big thing on white paint. But anyways, no questions asked. I ordered brand new seat covers, both driver and passenger, because they come as a set for the gentleman. And that type of stuff goes a long ways with customers. Like I said, brand new customer to us, and I want him to have a good experience when he comes to the shop. I know a lot of shop owners out there that'd be like, that wasn't us, that stain was there before, just to get out of paying for some seat covers. So doing that and that's just one example of many examples that I had. I mean, last month we had a transmission that we installed into a truck. We did not build the transmission, but the warranty was voided from us installing it because I had to take it to another transmission shop to swap out the tail housing. So the the place that we bought it from said if I do that, it would void the warranty, but we were on a time crunch for the customer, and I made the decision to do that. Well, long story short, the transmission lasted about a month, and it went out. And so I spent about $7,000 because I offer a parts and labor warranty, no questions asked, to my customers to put another heavy-duty built transmission in it. We did an upgraded transmission cooler, but it's those type of things that, yes, it's detrimental to a small business. It will eat into any sort of profit that you have, but those instances go such a long ways with customers, and doing that is gonna hopefully bring you more work, because people are gonna talk to those people and they're gonna say, well, this happened to my truck, but Cody and the crew at McCauley's took care of it, no questions asked. And that's the type of business I'm trying to run. I think it'll pay off in the long run, even though in the short term it definitely hurts. But it's all about doing the right thing. But anyways, I just pulled back up to this customer location. I'm gonna go get these jobs done, and then I will catch back up with you guys when I'm done. What's going on, guys? It's Cody back again. Today is Friday. I am actually not at work today. I feel very lucky when I can take a day off during the work week, but just running some errands. I just got done at the DMV, and I had to register the new pickup. Finally got that done, and then got to go get some fuel, and then we are headed back to where I am from for Mother's Day, and also to celebrate celebration of life for my grandma. And then we'll come back Sunday and also celebrate Mother's Day. This will be my wife's first Mother's Day, which is really cool. And yeah, so we're gonna head to the gas station. We are in the new pickup. Look at this thing, guys. I mean, this thing is just too fancy. I mean, it's like a dang spaceship in here. But anyways, okay, we'll see you guys later. So guys, I'm at the gas station right now, and let me just show you guys. I'm gonna have to start selling a kidney if I'm gonna keep driving this thing. This pickup was not even empty, and we are currently $160+ and continuing. We'll probably go over 200, I would imagine, just to fill up a rig with fuel. Oh, it's getting ready to cut off. Maybe 175. That is that's diabolical. I'm gonna start walking everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.